Puppy Wars. Let's get in here. Smash the like. Let's get in here. Buck City Reloaded. Buck City Reloaded. Tap in, tap in. Tap in. Hit the like button. Come on, man. Throw a dog a bone. Come on now. Let's get in the building. Puppy Wars. Okay. It's been going down. Jesse, what up? Salute to you. Glad you can make it in. Buck City Reloaded. You know what it is. It's the APBT channel. The Wake and Bake show. Right? Let's get up in here, man. It's a lot of puppies going on. It's a lot of puppies. I've been getting inboxes, you know, like, you know, what is this game? You know, they quoting stuff that I said a long time ago. I said the social media, because I actually thought there would be people that would understand what's going on and kind of conform to the new age and the, you know, how you present things, right, to the public eye, right? We're going to get a lot of that. We still, social media is still used as much as positivity as we want to try to put out here. There's always going to be some negative that's going to be tailored right with it. It's going to be Um, just people do all kind of stuff. We don't really need to get into it. But in this day and age, we got 5,000 litters on the ground every week, right? And I don't know how it is in the other communities. I said in one of my videos, because I was checking out a whole bunch of cane corso breeders. Shout out to NWA. Um, and it looks to me like in every community, everybody is breeding the balls off of dogs. I'm gonna try to keep this one cool. I don't want to get too into it, but this is every community, right? I'm in the APBT community. Salute to all my APBT guys. You know, Havoc, what up, brother? Salute to you. I haven't met a cane corso guy yet that does not breed dogs. And while you got your traditional guys that kind of keep the dogs for the working form and they don't really breed, maybe they got a breeder that they go to, or maybe they breed every now and then, or just for themselves, or um these I mean these communities are starting to merge. Social media is starting to be like the outlet to open up and to bring things closer together. What I mean by that is even the bloodlines. If you look at the bloodlines, like they're everywhere. You can go get every single bloodline everywhere. There was a time when you had to come out west to get the bolio shit. You had to go east to get a lot of the red boy dogs and different dogs of that nature, right? Depending on where you were at, right? You would have access to different dogs. So now that social media has closing the gap, I seen that already. But I didn't see is that all the new breeders, the new guys would bust in with the amount of volume that they're doing and they're taking part. I didn't see that, right? And maybe that's what some of the older guys, and that maybe that's what they were crying about, right? Just like damn, social media, is ruining the game. I look at it as a good outlet to spread good knowledge, but a lot of it's not good knowledge. A lot of dudes, I told you guys, I did a whole demonstration for a whole week on a guy that had a great grandpa. The dog was 2 years old. He was a great grandpa, right? Like they're gonna get to it. They're gonna, I got in and that's what they're gonna say. Like, bro, I got in 2001. I mean 2021, 2022. When was the C19? Okay, C19. So 2020, 2021, 2022, right? You know, um, I'm gonna get straight to it. I'm gonna raise this damn dog up. Okay, I gotta buy a couple pups, but I'm gonna raise them pups up. And as soon as they come in heat, I'm breeding them right away. I don't know how it's done in other communities. You got other guys, they're coming from other communities, they're coming here. Everybody's looking for a home. in the dog community so they could get their shit off. And the war comes in when you got the traditional guys, the guys that actually put in the 30 years, 25 years, 40 years, 15 years, right? Cultivating a bloodline, studying, making good dogs day in, day out, right? That's where the war comes in. That's these other guys on the other side of the wall. You see them, they're unbothered. They're unbothered by the ring lights and social media, right? Because you take social media out of it, a lot of these dudes wouldn't be known at all. Let's be real. You know. And the guys that put in all the work that just won't go near social media because they know the possibility of what could happen and all the entrapments and different things that come with social media. They don't get the recognition. You know, other guys from other communities think that these guys are the leaders to our community. A guy that been in this game 3 years, 2 or 3 years, you know, having bred shit, right? So it gets dicey, man. Dickie Foster, what up, brother? Miss Ivy, what up? Salute. Salute, man. Puppy wars, puppy wars. You know, it's a war out here. Everybody's trying to get that bloodline. Everybody wants it tight. That's how I know. That's the dead giveaway right there. Everybody's contradicting themselves. You know, everything that people said 3, 4 years ago, they're doing the exact opposite, right? But they want to make you think that they've been in this game for a long time. I saw a dude just started breeding, had his first 2 litters. He talking about you gotta stick to it and all this shit. You gotta, man, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about, bro? How the hell do you know what you gotta do? You don't gotta stick to it. If it's some trash, you are not obligated to stick with trash, brother. I'm sorry. You know, you don't just stick to it. You know, all these defected dogs, right? Ah, oh my goodness, man. Janae Johnson, what's going on? Top of the morning to all. Salute morning, man. It's wake and bake, man. You guys, it ain't gonna be no heavy lifting today. You guys could pull out the cigarillos and roll up something for the morning. We are live. We are live right now. Huncho Taylor, he said these motherfuckers need to pay for what they want. He said stop lowballing people. Hey, for real. Stop the lowball. Stop the lowballing. But most of these guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. They start off fast, they doing 50 breedings before they've been in the game 5 years. How does that work? How the hell do you wrap your head around that? How do you do it, man? How do you do it? Dickie Foster with the super sticker, my brother. I be thankful for the shit I got. Did some time for them dogs, but not them dudes I shot. All that money in the pot, you say it's not a lot. All that cap on them shows, man, it gotta stop. To the rest that ever took the stand, took your brother from you, never see him again. Make $1 million, cast a fucking plan. Thanks for the super chat, we can run it again. That part. Appreciate the support, my brother Dickie Foster. Appreciate the support. So, you know, they start off fast, 50 breedings in the first 7 years, you know, 90 breedings. They start off fast. Hey, appreciate you, Dickie. Hold on, let me get some scroll action. Let me see. Wake and Bake Show. Yeah, we can get it in, man. I got my Cash App down there too. You guys can support the channel, man. It don't hurt. It don't hurt to show a little bit of support, man. You know, they just breeding their ass off, man. Just polluting the continent with all that trash, right? But this is where 90% of them end up. I'm gonna say probably 90%. Because out of 100 guys, you know, you might get that 10% that actually figures it out, or they might got some good blood over there. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get those. But when we're talking about reality, you know, we got to be realistic. We got to be real realistic. So reality is that this is where they're going to end up, bro. You know, they're going to be on the side of the road. At first, everything was all good, right? At first, you know, all this, you know, over here, he's setting up shop, got the grenade, puppies and shit over here, everybody blogging and shit. You see these guys, they just doing their thing. They don't have time to worry about the noise because they loved the game back when the dogs wasn't nothing. Right? This social media hype. I thought it would be good for a lot of things, but it's bad for a lot of things too. There's no rites of passage with these dogs, right? You know, the guys that just got in the game last year are putting their puppies on the same shelf as the guys that been in this shit 20 years, bro. That's a problem. And yeah, you could get in last year and do a good breeding. I'm not saying that you can't do that. It's possible, but the likelihood, right? So that's why I'm gonna put 90% of you MFers over here. I'm gonna put you guys over here because now it done got real. Now you're trying to get these dogs off. You're giving them away, right? This is when this happens. This is what happens to the bloodline, right? This is what happens. Everybody gets them. It's just a free-for-all, right? Right? I'm getting a lot of text messages. Yes, sir. Look, you know, now we got this, right? You're getting thirsty. You want to post things that's more enticing. You want to have dogs with scars and shit on them and shit. Like they're not documenting that shit. I told y'all, I'm done. We're going all that good information that I used to give out. You gotta we're gonna get the Patreon, or we're gonna get the members only, right? On the What the Helly, not over here. I'm not worried about no members over here. If you want to be a member, go on to What the Helly. Because we're gonna get that one in over there. The members only content, But that's what you get. You get a bunch of guys. Now they're giving them away. They not taking care of them. They, ending up in the wrong hands. All these sputes and spats, and you hear about people not getting their papers. And this is the arena that is the most likelihood, right? But the guy that did very little breedings and raised them up and actually saw, what was going on, is pretty soon you start to look at this guy around year 7 or 8. He's been having those couple dogs that he bought, right? And he's been holding on to that, not tricking it off. So he's actually got a couple good dogs that possibly can breed and create something better. That's respectable, right? Right. That's respectable. That's if you could walk into this room, though, right? That's when you walk into this room and you actually want to learn. You want to take those 7 years, those 10 years to actually learn about the breed, right? You're actually learning about traits. You're actually learning about pedigrees, the similarities, you know, how this dog's impacted these puppies versus this dog, doing 2, 3 litters with the same bitch, finding out which male actually brought the potency that you really need moving forward instead of guessing, right? We got all these new guys expecting to jump the line versus guys that have established a line and can pinpoint what type of dogs they're getting versus you hoping that this cross works, right? Is that where we're at right now? So you want to get in this seat and learn, get your tablet out, get out, you know what I'm saying? You want to learn as much as you can from people that been in this game, people that actually love the breed. Some people, if it ain't about the money, they're not fucking with it, bro. I'm telling you, they won't fuck with it. They don't have the patience. I always say, hey, I went 17 years before I sold one dog to the public. That's my thing. That's me. If I go down into history, put that by my name. You got a picture of me? Yeah, that's old Buck City with Trap Doll. You know, he never sold a puppy to the public until 17 years. Put that by my motherfucking name. Not this is old whoever had 4 generations and the dog was only 27 months. Every 9 or 10 months. Like that never gets off your resume. You gotta understand. You gotta understand it, man. Hemi James, what up, brother? We getting up in here. We getting up in here. So there you got the same guy from the beginning, starting these puppy wars. He came from the bully world, and then now he wants to come over here and breed up a whole bunch of cat. That's what he wants to do. Now you're learning. Now you're sitting down. Now you're interested. Oh, wow. Damn, I had that. Damn. you know, I had those dogs. Oh, now you're starting to see what you had. It all makes sense now after you do those studies, those years, being able to pinpoint different traits, different things, phenotypes, how this phenotype matches up with this type of phenotype. You're able to see it with different bloodlines too. Takes a long time. A lot of people you meet, if I got five homies and they all got two dogs apiece, and I got two dogs, shit, I'm finding out how 12 dogs are being raised. All five of theirs, plus my two. I'm finding out how all the bloodlines are. We're talking, I'm going to see those dogs. We actually took trips to go see each other's dogs, right? Let me go check these dogs out. I'm not doing nothing today. Hey, let me go to the yard. Hey, come scoop me up. Let's go to the yard. And I'm not just going to stand around. I'm going to get a rake. I'm going to rake out a couple chain spots too, and for nothing. Just for the pleasure to be there, to be able to make this breed move forward. I was thinking, I had a thought, I think it was yesterday. And I was, we looking at the traditional pedigree and the dogs way back, all the way, gas house dog, all the way back. And I thought to myself that there had to be something real special about these dogs that people just didn't want to take their eyes off of. Let that sink in, right? And that's why they're able to pay so close attention to the pedigree and the lineage of a dog. Of course, when the paper hanging comes in, that's when the deception, the greed, that's when all of that comes into the play. Because in your mind that those pedigrees ain't gonna sell no puppies. So you want to fudge it and act like it's this. You want to re-rock it up, act like it's this. No. You got to create the dogs that you want to see in your pedigree. You want those ADBA champions in your pedigree? Go make them and breed to them. Don't make them and stay away from them. You're not breeding to that. But why not? Right? Honcho Taylor. Hey man, that's facts. That's facts. You gotta, it's something that you gotta be in it to really understand. The first 5 years, I wouldn't even be too much into that. I'll be into trying to build those relationships and trying to find out the right husbandry and finding out how to keep these dogs safe, you know, learning all the symptoms and different things that could come around, that first 5 years, and it could get rocky. It could get real rocky depending on what circles that you're in. But in today's age, you should just be learning the animals, getting to know them, raising them up, keeping them healthy, doing, proving to yourself that you can do things. If you do a breeding uh with some of those good dogs, practice on breeding the litter and getting a good outcome instead of just jumping and going to pay a stud fee to a litter that you're not even going to take care of because you don't even know You don't even know how to do it. Or trying to give your dogs away. Nobody's gonna respect those dogs. Those dogs aren't going to premier camps. They're not going to, you're giving them to just any old Joe Schmo. And then it's like nobody really needs you to do that. The game is going to go just fine if you don't overpopulate the yard and try to give away dogs, breeding the balls off of shit. And then none's for sale. Like, what's up with that? Why would I waste my time saying none's for sale? Boy. Boy, I tell you. Build a good reputation with some integrity, and folks will start knocking on your door, waiting on the next litter to drop. Please yourself first. Hey, I'm telling you, man. Look at that. That should be a good quote. You got to email me that, man. That's a good APBT Magazine type of quote right there, man. You got to build a good reputation, right? Right, Hemi James? So you could be, instead of running around with your head cut off, like a chicken with your head cut off, this is chicken with your head cut off, right? Instead of running around like a chicken with your head cut off, like me, looking for my pink runts. Where's my pink runts? Hemi James. Instead of running around, let's see what I got in here. Instead of running around like a chicken with your head cut off, you know, you go in the lab, you do your studying, right? You gotta go in the lab and do your studying. Spend that first 10 years not fucking up, not, excuse my French, screwing up, damaging, denigrating, tarnishing your reputation. Study, learn the craft of putting good animals together. 90% of people don't know. And I'm not gonna say 95, because that's like, damn. That's like 5 out of 100 of you guys, and only 5 of you guys know. So I just be like 10, maybe 10 guys, like, dang, and you can prove it by what they have. We're the best dogs that you bred, not somebody else's SHIT, right? What's the best dog that you bred? That will tell you how good of a dog man you are. That's the challenge. Not training wheels either. Training wheels don't count. If it's somebody else's dogs and not, that don't count. That don't count, bro. You own the dogs. You own it. Right? You do the breeding. And then there's levels to it, because you just a white belt. If you got 1 generation, you're an orange belt if you got 2 generations. You're a red belt if you got 3 generations. I think it goes purple belt, 4 generations, right? So there's levels that you have to make good dogs in, right? There's levels, but you got to make good dogs in all of them, right? So that you could be sitting back like this. You could be sitting back like this, not tripping, not running around like a chicken with your head cut off, trying to overpopulate with your pups off of somebody else's shit. You know, you won't be looking like that. You'll be selling your shit and it'll be your shit. Yeah, it might be their shit way in the back, but it's your dogs. Right? You see the tire kickers. You ain't even worried about it. Right, Hemi? You ain't even worried about the tire kickers. You know, they don't even make you no mind because you know when they if they ready, they gonna hit you up. Hey man, what do I send this 500 to, man? Let's get this conversation started. I need something, you know, I need 5 hounds, right? They're not gonna play with you because they know that you know something. You get paid off of what you know that other people don't know, right? $601, what up, brother? You learn to do them basics well. Do you know? Be well off, well rounded off. That's very important. That's very important. Hold up. Let me get some of this in here, man. We ain't been, you know what I'm saying? We ain't been up in here yet. Let's get up in here. This ain't just a magazine. It's a movement. The American Pit Bull Terrier. Real dogs, real yards, real history. From legendary bloodlines to modern breeders, keeping the flame lit. Yard spotlights, breeding knowledge, controversy, culture. This is for the ones who walk it like they talk it. No fluff, no fakes, just dog man, dog woman, and dogs. Grab your issue now, support the culture. Because the legacy don't live online, it lives in print. Yeah, you know, I'm at the beach. I'm at the lake. I'm at the lake fishing. You feel me? I'm not worried, unbothered by all the noise, all the trends, because I know that in due time, when you get out of that phase of just wanting to go spend money with everybody, you're actually going to come somewhere where you actually see people building with that blood. You know, people, you know, they're getting known for having the blood. They're getting good recognition. You know, people are gravitating to them because of they have that blood, right? And when you finally get your head out of the sewer and come up for some air and see what's going on and actually pay attention, you know, and check pedigrees of dog men. You know, what's the pedigree of the dog man? If this dog man produced 40 good dogs or even 10 versus a guy that haven't produced no good dogs. I'm not saying that the guy that hasn't produced no good dogs can't produce a good dog. I'm just saying that he probably can't produce a good dog, right? Help me out. You haven't. So where do we put it? Do we just give everybody the benefit of the doubt? Right? That's going to lead to more of this. Culling. It's going to lead to more culling, right? More dogs. It's like, you know what? This puppy right here, he got an overbite. He got whatever. I'm really not going to put him high in regard or his temperament, whatever it is. He could be a grown dog, a puppy, whatever. Culling is a good thing. Now, if you're doing it all the time, or if you're doing it with a lot of dogs that you're thinking back in your head and you're like, those 2 dogs right there, they're actually good dogs. But those other 4 or 5 dogs, they're okay, but they're really not that good. That's when culling should be coming into play. Right. And it's just rehoming. It's nothing bad about it. Like I got this perfect image up here. It's nothing bad about what happens when you cull, right? There's no harm to the animal. It's just saying that I don't want this on my line. I don't want these dogs in my line. It could have been something that the parents did. It could have been anything. This other guy, hey man, I had one of those, man. It did the same thing, whatever. I like him, let me get him, and if he wants him, he's going to take care of him. Shake my hand, man. Promise that you take care of this animal, even though he's not show quality for whatever reason. Like I said, he could have a little underbite or whatever. That's going to make him not conformationally sound, right? He's going to lose points. If it's a close battle in the show ring, he's not going to be an ADBA champ if he doesn't have a perfect bite, right? Unless the judges are just sleeping on their job, right? So you call him out, you let somebody else get him, he can raise him up. He probably just wants something that barks in the backyard, right? No plans on breeding that dog. You can decrease the probability of you having to cull all the time if you're dealing with good stock. It's only one way to slice that, right? If you're in the lab, if you're studying. He said, honestly, have you ever picked a puppy that was calm versus outgoing puppy? Uh, yeah, but not in that realm. Uh, so maybe I had my eyes already on it already. Maybe it was something really unique about that puppy that I had my eyes on, and then he was the calm one. And you know, I picked him, and there was a clear brother that was clearly more, active, more outgoing, and I still went for that one. Yeah, I did that before. I did that before, bro. Uh and sometimes that works out in your favor. Sometimes it works out good. I think if it's a consistent litter, depending on what I'm getting it for, if it's something that I just will give the green light to, like something that, of course, everything got to be turn out to be decent or good, in the perfect world, right? But some blood you just gotta have, or some blood you're just not gonna go without. That might be your stock. You had it. It might be the last male off of your stock. And at the end of the day, you're gonna see it all the way through. The same way you did, the same culling process that you used to get good dogs the first time, that's gonna be the same culling process. So I might want that dog because he's bred so good, he's so tight on this, and this that I can't find nowhere else. So I'm a give him a chain spot or a kennel run or whatever just to keep him around in case that rainy day pops up, that I'm gonna need him. Um he said they say just pick one. It don't matter. Do you always pick the rowdy outgoing pup? Yeah, and most of the time, if I'm unsure, I will. But sometimes I'll just look at the way he looks because I know how dogs are. Sometimes that one will be showing off just because those people are there. But to go back to being not doing nothing, or it changes. It changes over time. So mostly, I would say out of 10, this is gonna be mostly I'm gonna probably pick the most outgoing pup or the pup that's most interested in me. But mostly it's gonna be litters that I'm unsure of. Like if I deal with somebody that I'm really unsure about the blood. I know what it is, but if I'm really unsure about it, then I'll tend to want to get the more rowdy pup because it just in my mind, it'll tell me that, it's a little more promising deal going on. You feel me? You feel me? Yeah. Let me see. He said, "Is your tire kicker percentage higher than genuine buyers? I'm guessing the tire kickers are higher." Oh my goodness, Hemi. If my Oh my goodness. I know. I'm gonna tell you, bro. The tire kickers are tremendous. Tire kickers are tremendous. Genuine buyers, they do make up for it though. Because they're genuine guys. They already understand the bloodline. They're telling you that, hey man, I trust you to produce me good dogs. They give me a responsibility. It's more than just a friendship or whatever, because friendships, a lot can happen in friendships. You let your friends down and friends let you down, different things, but that's more like a business thing. It's like we friends, we cool, we got that trust for each other, but I got a responsibility. So just like one of my partners, he got a little overbite or underbite, and that's no problem. He could swap that joint out, anytime. He's like, man, but I like him, like, all right, man, it's the doors open, for you, because when he came and spent with me, first time dealing with the brother, came and bought two pups right off the rip, drove up over 1,000 miles, you know, and to me, that was solid shit. That was solid. So I felt obligated to make sure, because I told him, I said, man, all right, man, you get these two males, you're gonna love these motherfuckers. One of them motherfuckers gonna be exactly what you're looking for. He do a lot of hunting and whatnot. So it's important that those dogs grow up and want to hunt something, want to grab a pig. You know, there was another dog, older dog. You know, he wasn't interested in the pig. You know, me and the guys was laughing and back and forth. You know, he wasn't interested. So um, you feel obligated to give them exactly what they want. If you trust me to build your yard for you, then that's my job to make sure that I put the right pieces. Even if it's something that I did, I think it's special. I'll call you, hey, this motherfucker right here, this is what you're looking for right here. This, trust me, this breeding. And if you could actually get out of your way, because sometimes you're in your own way. You could just sit back and this shit could be real easy. Somebody cooking and just, giving you plate after plate. But, you could be in your own way trying to go do this, trying to do other shit that is extraneous. It doesn't mean nothing. It's not the magic that's about to happen. So first, that person would have to produce a dozen dogs for me to even put myself in that situation. But after he have, it's like, okay, this guy got to be on to something. That's what I would think, and I would let him cook, and I would just extrapolate as many pieces as I can. But the tire kicker rate is much higher. It's probably 50 tire kickers to every one person that's gonna buy something, bro. I'm gonna be real. Uh, it's not to say that the tire kickers don't spin the block though, because they do. Tire kicker, they kick you for 6 months and then spin the block and buy some shit. You know what I'm saying? But mostly they're gonna come. If they're not tire kicking, then they're gonna come serious. They're gonna have intention. They know what they want, and they're not going to keep asking you about a whole bunch of other stuff until they handle that one transaction. Once that transaction goes smooth, everything goes good, the floodgates will start opening. Now you can start asking about other dogs, right? But if you're just going to tire kick me 10 times on 10 different litters, and then you hit me up and ask me about another puppy, 11th puppy, and then you want to talk about, do I got any older dogs and shit like that? That's not gonna fly, right? Now we live, bruh. We live, man. Deli man, we live. Yes, sir. Yeah, nah, we live right now. I don't know how long we're gonna be up, but we live. We'll get an hour in at least. You know, um, I got some stuff going on. You know, but Clifton behind enemy lines. What up, brother? He said he had someone that asked for 2 years about a puppy when they dropped. The only puppy he wanted was the male. I didn't want to sell. Hey, for real. Yeah, man. Sometimes it's like that. You do that, you make those deals, and then you only get one. Um, we did one with a guy. We got the bitch. I think I told this story. We got the bitch, and well, it was a lot of dogs that we could have got, but of course, everything costs, and sometimes them tickets could add up fast. So we was gonna just kind of consolidate, get the bitch. He agreed to stick the mail that we wasn't gonna buy to her, which was good. That was a good deal. He said he only wanted one when they dropped. It was five, but then none of them died. They all was living, and he circled back, seen them. They was looking good. It was a lot of people on them. A lot of potential buyers, even though it wasn't going to be but a couple getting sold max. So There was only one female, one chocolate female, four black males, and he wanted a male and a female now, all of a sudden, you know. That was kind of cold, man. But hey, man, doing good business. I was able to work out something on the back end of that female if she works out, 2 years in the back end, right? So that's why these relationships, they mean something. They mean something to be solid, and so people could just say that you're a solid dude and you're a man of your word. That goes a long way dealing with these dogs. Trust me. you know yes, sir. Hey, yeah, man. So that's it, man. The puppy wars. It's a new social media, guys. They get up here. They want to get active right away. They don't want to wait. They don't want to be like Buck and wait 17 years before they put something out to the public. They're trying to get something out to the public right now because there's so many people sliding through the social media streets. They're not looking for people with credentials or people that have been putting in hard work or people that, they're not really looking for that. They don't care. They'll figure that out later. Right now they just need a puppy. And if you're close by them or you can supply a certain area and they'll get clever. They'll try to go get some blood from some known guys or guys that got a little notoriety or our community we uh we put old dudes on pedestals sometimes, and that's no salt. It's no salt, man. Sometimes we do that. So you're gonna get your puppy sales, man. You're gonna be able to jump in right in, you know but when the smoke clears and you out here, don't say I didn't warn you, man. Don't say I didn't warn you. You dig? Don't say I didn't warn you. Smash that like button. Smash the like. Puppy wars. Everybody's popping off them shots. It's no heats getting skipped. It's a war. You know, it's overpopulating the world. Social media got you. Could get over there, sell them, right? Everything looks easy, right? It ain't your work. Why would you care if you selling 2 for $5? It's not your work. It's not your work, right? Wrong. Get in the lab. That's what I say. Get in the lab, study, go this route. This where only 10% of the guys are gonna end up because they're gonna be smart. They know they're gonna be following the footsteps and really learning. And people are gonna start respecting what they got. And then when they got puppies, yeah, they're gonna be able to get off a few because people respect their work. They're tired of buying trash. When you get tired of buying trash, I guess that's when you're gonna turn a new leaf. Anyway, man, this is Buck City. Um, Getting it in. Make sure you get that APBT magazine. Go to Amazon.com right now and type in APBT magazine. Go snatch it up. We got plenty going on in and out of the community. A lot of good opportunities that we've been bringing to the table. I'm waiting a couple of days, probably be another day or something. I put that volume 2 on Amazon as well. You can go snatch that volume 2. You can get that 1 reloaded. You can get 2. You can get 3, and you can get 4. So, and the coloring books on there. We got more stuff going on, and it's great. It's a great thing, man. It's a great thing. So get to Amazon right now. Get over there, type in APBT Magazine, and get you a magazine. Get 2 magazines, 3 magazines. Big Star, what up, man? Now we do, man. What up? We up in here. Big. Nah, do that, man. Support what we got going on. There's a lot of good info in there. I seen a dude, he was referencing one of the other books, or whatever. Man, these joints are power packed with brand new information about the APBT. A lot of good stuff. They get better and better. 5's coming soon. 2.5 is coming real soon. I'm gonna drop that one on PDF, and it's gonna be real short version. I'll probably drop it on Amazon as well. 2.5 for the fresh cover. It's gonna be light though. It ain't gonna be no 64 pager, 68 page. It's not gonna be stupid loaded. Maybe a 36 pager or something, a 40 pager, 40 pager, it's gonna have a lot of good illustrations, gonna have a few ads and different things, how we running the studs. If you guys want to be involved, I advise you to tap in. And let me put my number here. APBT Magazine front office is right there. Hold up. There we go. APBT Magazine front office right there. If you got any stories about your dogs, pictures, you want to put them in there. Classified ads. You need pages for your studs. You got a litter coming up. Anything. This is a good way to tap in. And also, because that 2.5 coming out, it's going to be promoting all the other magazines. So we're gonna be getting it, man. APBT Magazine hashtag, all that. We still gonna do the puppy giveaway for the APBT Magazine hashtag on everything. It might be tied into this 2.5 just to bust it open a little bit more. Because I'm gonna drop that PDF. It's gonna be available on Amazon as well, but I'm gonna drop the PDF for everybody. That way you can share it to 1 million people if you want. Just a few things that we're going to be doing to help stimulate what we got going on and the growth and, all of that, man. You know what I'm saying? What the hell? It's that Damian Burker. What up, brother? Salute. Man. You know what it is. Let me get to these back streets, though. You guys stay blessed up. Check them chain spots. We'll be popping in. I might pop in a little bit. We'll see what's up. Tell me some topics. Leave some topics in the chat. You guys want me to pull up on some topics? You want me to drop a quick video with the questions that you guys ask? Leave it in the comments. I'll drop a quick video. All right, peace.